Hi everyone, my name is Holly, and in today's video I am going to be doing a spoiler-free review for Sky in the Deep by Adrienne Young.
Aska, you've reached your journey's end. We ask Seeker to accept your soul into Solbjerg. With a long line of our people hold torches on a shadowed path. Take my love to my mother and my brother. Tell them my soul follows behind you.
Got approved for this back in January from NetGalley, so thank you so much to Wednesday Books for approving me. I really appreciate that, and I literally had to put everything down that I was doing. All priorities went out the window so that I could read this book. I think every reader ever is pretty obligated to read a book that's being shouted out among the mountaintops that is a book about Vikings. I was super excited when this book was announced last year because when the word Vikings showed up, it was like a breath of fresh air. I mean, I love fairy tales and books about like royalty and all that kinds of stuff, but there are so many of those books being published. But a book about a young, badass female Viking, sign me up. So the story is all about Elin, which is how I pronounced it personally, and she is a warrior along with her father and also her brother, who is a warrior, but unfortunately her brother died tragically several years ago, and her entire society is built upon a rotation of preparing for war against a rival clan called the Riki. Again, I pronounced it the Riki. It could be the Rikai, it could be the right guy, I'm not sure. But as the tagline on this book says, things go very, very wrong very quickly when she is on the battlefield and she ends up catching a glimpse of her should-be dead brother, who is fighting alongside her enemy. Elin then gets captured and she is alone and she is surrounded by her enemy, and don't worry, this is not spoilers, this is literally at the very beginning of the book. You are literally thrust into this really brutal battle scene at the very beginning. Things happen very quickly and it's so good. So throughout the story, Elin really struggles to understand a brother that she now doesn't know at all, and also trying to understand a people who seem to be pretty similar to her own. The first thing that I absolutely fell in love with is the author's willingness to live within the world that she has created. Unlike a lot of other books that promote strong female warriors, well, Elin is a warrior and she fights like one. Like, no, like seriously, we actually get to see her fight. Like, for real. She kills people and she doesn't apologize for it. This is her world, so why would she anyways? Again and again, even while the battle lines change, we end up seeing Elin's skills and why she is a respected fighter. Oh, and another thing that I really liked is that there's really no information of her gender being like an important role in things. She's by no means unique because she is a female warrior. She even has a best friend who fights alongside her. So too, in the Riki camp, there are also women there who are inevitably going to pick up an axe and become a warrior just like Elin, just like how any normal man in this society would as well. It was really refreshing to see how free of comment that this element was in this book. Now, the action scenes in this book were really, really cool to read about. They're kind of sprinkled throughout the story. The fighting scenes successfully pick up the pace like right when things are becoming a little bit slow. The fight scenes were also given plenty of page time, and there were a lot of beautiful details within them. I was personally all over this, but this does mean that you have to like battle scenes as well. If you don't, then I might stray away from this one. There's just a lot of sword and axe like clashing constantly. Now the storyline itself was fairly predictable. We all know kind of going in that even though our main character is literally getting information shoved into her face about this other clan being this horrible group of people, we kind of know like she's eventually going to learn maybe they're not so bad. Oh, and I did really enjoy the romance. It's a little bit of a slow burn, but kind of not, I don't know, it's really hard to explain. I felt like the pacing for it was great. There's no like really grand romantic gestures and like flowery angsty prows or anything like that. Even the romance is brutal, like just brutality everywhere. And even though this is a bit of a shorter book, things do progress very quickly, like I said. But I do highly recommend checking this one out. I absolutely enjoyed it. I loved learning about Elend's struggles of her learning process, about her brother and the Ricky, and also her connection with her father. I love the descriptions of the forest that she runs through and like that kind of wintry pine forest feel. I totally felt it. This book is very violent, it's very exciting, it's very sad. But yeah, I actually ended up giving this one a 4.5 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. This book is out now, so you can purchase it immediately after this review. It is a standalone, but I think I've heard rumors that there might be a second book to this. I'm not quite sure, but yes, that is it for this review video. I really hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, give this video a big thumbs up for me because it helps me out so much. Tell me down below some other future releases that you would like to see me review, because I would love to do more of these review videos. This is actually only my second one, so yikes. Don't forget to follow me on social media. On Instagram, I'm at HollyHeartsBooks, and on Twitter, I'm at HollyNiece. And until we meet again, happy reading.